The Taken armor set first revealed all the way back in 2016 for Bungie's April update, and ever since we lost it from D1 going over to D2, people have been begging for it to come back. Now, as of the recording of this video, we are still not getting this armor set back, but what I can do for you is still give you some Taken fashion that you can make in game right now. And don't worry, I'm not playing an April Fool's joke on you guys this time. This time for real, I'm gonna make you look Taken inside of Destiny 2. And to be honest with you, these sets I'm about to show you are going to look way better than the original Taken armor. The original Taken armor was basically just the tangled web armor we have now in game, just with a cool Taken effect on it. And as a quick side note, Bungie, if you're watching today, please, we don't actually want the Taken armor set back. What we want is a Taken shader. That way we can turn anything we want into either a Taken armor set or Taken weapons. Alright, so now let's get to the fashion. This video is going to be broken up into 3 parts: Titan, Hunter, and Warlock. I'm going to start by showing you my fashion, and then I'm going to show you some fashion submitted to me by my Discord server. Feel free to use the skip links down below to skip to your favorite class. Kicking things off with my Titan, you should already be familiar with this one if you're an avid watcher of the channel, because I posted a YouTube short about it.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Now, I don't fully want to take the credit for this Titan. This is actually a combination of 2 Titans that I really liked. One from Master Saint in my Discord, and the other from Sergeant Hundo on Reddit. I got most of my colors and the way those are arranged from Sergeant Hondo, and the armor pieces from Master Saint. The main difference is I decided to use the Gift of the 9 because I didn't have Honors of the 9, and I decided to use the Epiadel's Following gauntlets instead of using the Thorn gauntlets from Master Saint's set. One of the main things that you're going to see in today's video is this fade from like a white color all the way to a pure black color up top, which is very reminiscent of the original Taken armor. Speaking of which, we have this Titan from Anani Orb, I hope I'm saying your name right, but he essentially recreated that Taken set in Destiny 2 using the tangled web armor and some interesting shaders. So if you wanted to rock that OG look, there you go. If you want something a little bit more creature-like, try this one out from Screeb Explosion. He kept that tangled web helm but added on a ton of other armor pieces like the Forian gauntlets and the War Newman's boots. Remember Taun from Destiny 1? Well, you can be him now in Destiny 2, wearing this gear right here from Mana. The best part about this one is you can hold your head up high knowing you're just a little bit more unique than all of your friends that are wearing the black and white Taken armor sets. If you want to resemble something like a Taken Ogre, for example, try this one out from Mr. RTS. That one is also really good for those of you that want to be functional and fashionable. And before we close off the Titan section, I wanted to show off another one of my Titans here that eventually became the short that you saw the other day. Yeah, that started its life as not only my PvP build, but a Taken Titan. Instead of that classic white to black color combo, I decided to sub out the white for Blue Shift Dreams. That way we can get a little bit more of an animated Taken effect to the armor. Let me know what you think about these Titans in the comments down below. And now let's go ahead and go over to the Hunters. Alright, so here is my Hunter, and I did the classic white to black fade here, and I also used the Epiadel's Following chest and legs, because mostly this is the best combination. I tried other ones and they weren't really sitting right for me, and I only want to show you the best. So this is where we start to differ a little bit from the other Hunters here today. I decided to use the Caliban's Hand exotic because with Jackarina, it really makes those knives look Taken, and it adds a little bit of Taken dust to the arms. For my cloak, I was using the Dark Hollow Mantle, and I decided to add the Blue Shift Dreams to this because it's such a big surface for me to add a shader to with Blue Shift Dreams that gives us that very nice Taken effect, and it's such a big part of the set that it really kind of ties everything together. As for the helmet, it's a very good place to start if you're making your own Taken Hunter. I really like the giant light in the front that's very reminiscent of a Taken Thrall, and then I added the Boreal Char shader. That way we can get that bluish white glow to it. If you're missing some armor pieces here and there, or a shader or two, you can try this hunter out from Newsy. It's the same basic concept, so if you don't have some of the armor pieces either here or the ones that I showed off, you can mix and match and you should still get a similar result. Now, some of you may be thinking Caliban's hand really isn't meta. How about trying this one out from Cans, who decided to use the Star Eater scales instead? Instead of using something more common like the Holdfast mask, they decided to use the Purina Luster mask instead, still giving us that same Taken Cyclops look. This next one from Dark Mustang is really freaking cool, the way that they are using the Wing Contender armor pieces to give this a very like inky, almost Venom-like look. A really good way to achieve that Taken effect without using any animated shaders. But I know how much you hunters like the Crucible, so try this one out from Brump, who's using the Acolyte's Ambition for the Wormhusk crown. It's honestly the perfect look to take into trials and to make all of your friends jealous. But I hear you hunters, some of you don't like the black and white. Well, try out the Red Keep version of this one from Shrigma. In my pursuit in finding the perfect Taken Hunter, this one is honestly super unique, and no wonder it won first place in my Taken fashion contest. Speaking of which, if you would like to participate in any of these fashion contests in the future, I actually hold them every single weekend. Click on my Discord server link down below to join. And make sure you let me know what you think of all of these hunters in the comments down below, because now we're going to go ahead and move on to the Warlocks. And here we have my Warlock. I really hope you guys like this one because I actually really love it. This one was inspired by another Warlock I found a long time ago from Genlist on TikTok. I hadn't realized at the time that you could use Blue Shift Dreams to make a Taken-esque Warlock, and honestly, it's a great choice. Like I've shown you today with the other Taken looks, I really wanted to use something that gave me that Cyclops look like the Thrall and the Taken Ogres, so I used the Wild Hunt hood. For my robes and my gloves, I use the Celestine set from the Solstice event. These two together give us that bright white light that we associate with some of the Taken. The last piece that I wanted to highlight for this set is going to be the Mind Strider ornament for the transversive steps. Again, it gives us that animated Taken-like feel to it, and it's also very useful. If I really wanted to, I can take this look into trials or use it to speedrun some raids. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the ones that were submitted via my Discord. Another way to give your Warlock that Taken look is actually using the exotic Eye of Another World. Like the Mind Strider ornament on my Warlock, this one also gives you a good like Taken goo-like effect, and it really accentuates that fade from white to black. If you have the robes from Root of Nightmares laying around, try this Warlock out from Uru Gaming. I think the extra arms on the robes really adds to that creepiness that the Taken bring to the table. If maybe you're looking at a lot of these armor pieces and they look a little bit unobtainable to you, try this one out from Pip in a Can. This set is made from a lot of armor pieces that you may have acquired just by playing the game over time or picking up armor pieces from Xur. You name it, it's very obtainable and it's still a great Taken look. Last but not least, we have this Warlock here from Psycho Kozak, looking very angelic. I really like the way that he used the Boots of Detestation to really give us that Taken-like pattern. It reminds me of the hunter that we talked about earlier from Dark Mustang, which has those patterns on it that look like they're moving without it actually being an animated shader. The Midnight Sun ornament for the Wings of Sacred Dawn is a really good choice here to make the Warlock look really creepy, and I really like the use of the Solstice hood and the gloves to give us that white Taken light. And just like that, we've reached the end of the video. I hope this really shows you the potential of Taken fashion and how it can infinitely improve if Bungie ever gives us a Taken shader. Remember that most of the Guardians that you saw here today were submitted via my Discord server. If you want to show me your own Taken fashion, go ahead and click on the link down below to join up. I want to give a big shout out to all of my Patreon members. You guys are truly amazing. Here is some of their fashion that they've shared with me that I've liked over the past several weeks. If you want some more themed Destiny fashion, go ahead and check out the video that I did on Star Wars fashion. That was honestly a very fun video to make, so I will see you over there, and as always, stay beautiful.